Buried Diamond of the Week. Buried Diamond is a player who's outside the top 20, again ranked by one of those sources we've mentioned, and we think they're going to land inside the top 20. Possibly somebody you should start.
Possibly.
Well, in either at a flex or in a number 2 position. So
flex for sure.
Flex for sure. So who do you have for Buried Diamond? In fact, let's talk about last week.
Let's not. Let's move on. So I gave you Kendall Wright, Danny Amendola, and Ronnie Brown last week. And Amendola was the only player who kind of qualified for a flex. The other two did absolutely nothing. They're droppable right now.
So he made it inside the top 20?
No. Okay, moving on. I missed on all 3 of those. I'll take that pat back now. All right, this week, this one, and this one, it's a little sketchy on my part, I have to say that, because Fantasy Index has him at 13th. ESPN has him at 24th. And it makes sense to me because you never know what they're going to do in Washington. Alfred Morris is my buried diamond of the week, and he's not buried on Fantasy Index. He's a little bit buried on ESPN. And here's where I'm still going with this guy. I'm putting him in the top 10 this week. Okay. I think he's not just buried diamond, but I think he becomes badass also. Wow! It's like a bonus badass segment right here for me.
Yes. Wow. All right.
All right. That. I will pat myself on the back again next week because Alfred Morris is going off this week.
Wow.
You heard it here, like 13th or 14th.
Yeah, or something like that.
Something like that.
Okay, so
last week,
my buried diamond of last week.
This has to be good.
This was awesome.
This is sweet.
Peyton Hillis. I know you started him right.
Oh yeah.
I hope you didn't. My God, that guy should have left him buried. That was awful. Seriously, what he did. Did he get 1 point? I think he got in some leagues, if you get points per reception, he might have got 2 points. But he had 7 carries for 16 yards and 3 catches for 8 yards.
Solid.
It's ridiculous.
Solid.
So
day.
So he did get some of the carries that we talked about. He had 10 touches overall. Maybe there's still some opportunities there in the future. I wouldn't count on it right away. Of course, watch this game; it goes off.
He's gonna get 20-some points. Be nice.
But that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about a different buried diamond this week. Somebody who you haven't heard of, more than likely, unless you're in deeper leagues.
Never heard of him. I can tell you right now, never heard of this guy.
Donald Jones.
Never heard of him.
Who? I said Donald Jones. That's
Donald Driver?
Donald Jones.
I don't know who that is. Felix Jones?
Buffalo wide receiver. Usually playing the number 3 role, playing the number 2 role because David Nelson is out for the game.
You know Fitzpatrick's throwing to him, right?
Fitzpatrick will be throwing to him when he's not throwing to the other team. That's right. And so you got the KC secondary coming to Buffalo to visit. Buffalo's still reeling from that loss from last week from Atlanta. And so I believe that he'll get the touches he needs to make an impression. Probably a touchdown. I'm going to call it a touchdown.
What did he get, 7 targets last week? Something like that, 7 or 8 targets?
7 or 8 targets. But that was before Nelson was out.
You're calling a touchdown this week.
I'm calling a touchdown. He actually got a touchdown last week with his 7 touches.
What?
So, yeah.
Donald Jones?
He did.
I still haven't heard of him.
Look it up.
Peace.